Hey y'all, this might destroy my YouTube video before it even begins, but I have to tell the truth, because we're in the age of truth, type shit. So I have to tell the truth about this because I see it everywhere, and I'm honestly quite sick of it. Because let's say I come up in the community, everybody's going to think I hold this opinion, and I just don't. So let me explain why. We are not the Anunnaki. We are not the Anunnaki. Just because we have the same skin color, the same texture hair, does not mean we are them. The reptilian should have taught you everything you need to know about that type of stuff. So, the reason why we're not is because we are 12 dimensional Orpheum angels and we are called the Taurasium angelic human race. We are not the Anunnaki. You think just because you found some old plates, relatively old plates, tablets, these type of things, that it must be the truth because it's the oldest. But no, it's not even close to the oldest. The oldest things we have aren't on this planet because you know why? This planet is a chunk of what used to be the planet. Earth is a chunk of Tara. Tara is where we used to live. Tara is where all of this information is supposed to be at. But we only have a very small amount of it, and people think just because they know so much of it, they know all of it. No, it does not matter how much you know because Earth is very limited on real knowledge because it is a world that is mostly fallen. This is a fallen world. So any information you get from here is most likely to be false. Like the fact that you think you're an Anunnaki, or the fact that, because our ancestors were using voodoo and hoodoo, it must be a good thing. Voodoo and hoodoo is war magic. And what is war? War is evil. Evil! It doesn't even look good to me. The whole aesthetic of those things does not even look good to me. How did we fall so far into such ignorance? It's like the Bible said, "My people are deceived." And I don't even read the Bible, but the Bible has so much truth. It has so much truth if you know how to read it. Because when you look at it, you see how many people are deceived. You see how many people are falling to these fallen angelic tricks. Even though the whole book is a fallen angelic trick. There's just so many different levels and layers to the deception. And my people fall for it every time. We are better than this. We have to be better than this. We are Orpheum angelic humans. And we are the only race that has not caught on to this yet. We are so in love with the Anunnaki. Why? What is so good about them? What is so good about them? Tell me. Thoth is a fallen fucking angel. You know what he did? Let me explain to you what he did. So the Emerald Tablets is a distortion of the Emerald Covenant. The Emerald Covenant is an agreement that the Anuhazi, which is a species of lion, the very first race ever created, made an agreement with God that we would have free will within this universe, and the Matrix would be revolved around love. That was the agreement. Thoth created the Emerald Tablets to trick everybody into thinking those were the universal laws. You know what he also did? He also came down and stole our CDT plates, which held all the knowledge of the 12 celestial angelic human races. The tribes. That is a part of your tribal shield, which is 12 inches below your feet. And if you had your third eye really open, you'd be able to see that. But a lot of people think they have their third eye open, but really, they're in madness. They've fallen into madness. See, and it's so hard being colored and knowing this information because everybody's going to think that you're an Uncle Tom or something for having right knowledge. for knowing what's actually real and what's not. Even the natives know this stuff. If you really claim to be indigenous, how come you don't know that we're Orpheum angels? Because they know it. They know it. They don't play with hoodoo and voodoo for a reason. We use Christos. We are a part of the Christos. We use nature. Everybody's using death, trickery, and all types of other things to get their way. We don't do that. We don't use that. And that should be so very fucking obvious, but for some reason it's not. You know, the the Anunnaki, did you know they're like eighth dimensional beings? They're like eighth dimensional beings. So they're archangels. Or they could even be regular angels, sixth dimensional beings. And the race that created them, the Giovanni, they're 11.5 dimensional beings. Those is 11.5 dimensional. You know what you are? You have the potential to be 12th dimensional. Crystal's avatars. 12th dimensional Crystal's avatars. You are more powerful than the beings you claim to be. Isn't that like, come on now. We have to start thinking. We have to start thinking as a race. Well, not even as a race, because there's only one race. And that's a whole another can of worms. We're only one race, and that's the Turnesium angelic humans. Everything else is a subspecies of that human. 12 different tribes. Contains all skin colors, not just one or two. All skin colors. And each one had their own religion. This was turned into religion. Are you starting to see now? This whole world is so fallen, all the information is distorted. But, however, there is places where you can get the right information. And luckily for me, the Guardians thought I should have the information. So they led me to a YouTube channel called Christos Avatar. And man, he blew the lid off of my head when I started to see these diagrams of the 15th dimensional time matrix, and I started to see these DNA templates, and I'm like, man, this looks so real. And that's because it is. I'm a guardian. I'm one of the guardians. And if you see it and it resonates with you, that means you're a guardian too. Possibly an ascended master. So I say that to bring awareness to my community, and for people who think just because I share the same skin color as them, I must believe that I'm the Anunnaki too. No, I don't believe that, because I know the real truth. I don't care how much information you know, it's just simply not the truth. We are Turnesium angelic humans. You can go to the Ascension glossary, and it'll tell you all about it. We are Elohai, not Elohim. The Elohim are the fallen angels. We are the Elohai. So, yeah. I'm going to send a link to both his channel and to the Ascension glossary so that you can see that I'm not bullshitting. This is information that I looked up. And if you go to Kathara Healing, you can see some YouTube channels, because this information was first given to us by Ashiana Dean through a holographic plate. She got given a holographic plate by the Guardians, and she presented the information in several different workshops, so that we can actually start to heal ourselves and get out of that deception. So it's called Kathara Healing and Galactic Science. And then she wrote 2 books called The Voyagers, which explains all that happened. And it will blow your mind, because you're going to realize, wow, I'm tricked. I thought I was the Anunnaki. Whole time they're fallen. I never believed that ever. That's probably why they showed me this information. Because I never, even though I've seen things about the Anunnaki, I never believed that I was the Anunnaki. Because in my heart, in my soul, I know I'm Ternesium angelic human, and nobody will ever deceive me out of that. So you can go ahead and believe that if you want to, but I'm gonna at least going to show you. I'm at least going to link it so that you can see that we're not making this up. I've seen a few channels supporting this, and that's good. Samuel B. Lee, he's like a spiritual psychiatrist, and he put me on to psilocybin, which I knew existed, but I didn't know the healing properties. It put my mind together. And then Crystal's avatar, man, he's doing God's work for sure, because people just don't know. People just don't know what they are. They have such infinite potential, but they limit themselves into being Anunnaki. And this is why I'm not a part of the black community or the black spiritual community, because my people are utterly deceived. And I'm not a part of that. I know what's right and what isn't. So yeah, I just had to make that. So when this if this channel ever does pop off, people know where I stand when it comes to the Anunnaki. But that's about it. Thank you.